Hi guys, Jade here from Nesta Knowledge. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use synthesis, an overview of synthesis. So we know that autolit is the workflow portion of your nest, and that makes synthesis the outputs of your nest. To get to those outputs, we'd go to synthesis on the left-hand side, and this is what you'll be faced with. So the auto-generated portions of synthesis include qualitative synthesis, which is generated as a result of tagging, quantitative synthesis, which is generated from meta-analytical extraction, one of our optional modules. Critical appraisal is generated from if you have a critical appraisal or risk of bias module turned on, and the PRISMA diagram from your screening decisions. I'm going to walk you through each of these different portions one by one. So here you have your abstract, and this is an auto-generated. You can input that in your abstract editor in Autolit. And here we configured some insights which are related to qualitative synthesis, which I'll get to in a second. But to go to the next one on the list, dashboard. Again, dashboard is generated within Autolit. You can edit this, make it look exactly how you'd like. And essentially what this is, you have text cards, image cards, table cards, a study highlight, and your PRISMA diagram. And someone who's looking at this synthesis can go ahead and download each of these different components. It's a great way to visualize that data. Next up, qualitative synthesis. So this is a great visualization of all of the data that you extracted qualitatively in the nest. So you can see here on the inside we have outcomes, patient characteristics, study details, interventions, the most broad concepts. And as you go out, it gets more specific. Outcomes, clinical outcomes, neurological outcomes, that sort of thing. And what you can do is select these different chunks and see the studies associated with that data. So if I was interested in mortality at 90 days, I'd select that chunk. You can see here it's filtered to 20 studies. Then what I can do is go in, see that study's abstract, the quantitative data associated with it, the qualitative data, and the search that it originated from. So that is qualitative synthesis for the most part. Obviously you can mix and match here. Quantitative synthesis is generated from meta-analytical extraction. So in this case, you have defined interventions, and you can see the different statistics generated from the frequentist model for different outcomes, baseline characteristics, that sort of thing here. You can also see distribution, again, for data elements of your choice, and each of these represents a different study and intervention. We also have some NMA outputs, odds ratios, forest plots that you can view, that sort of thing, sucraplots, and funnel plots. I should emphasize that these are very much your preliminary statistics. You can always go ahead, download this data, and do further analysis. Next up, critical appraisal, which we have generated some domain distribution graphs and some traffic light graphs. You can see here, Cochrane ROB2 was the system that was used. Last up, the PRISMA diagram. This is really great. You can have the 2009 or the 2020 version, filter to a specific publication date if you wish, and download that. I should also emphasize that with all of these outputs, you can share them. So to do so, you would click the little share icon up here. You can send, you can copy the link. You can download the QR code. You can embed this output into your website. And for qualitative synthesis in particular, you can download a spreadsheet of the studies that you filtered to. The last thing I want to emphasize about qualitative synthesis is the insights that we saw. So what you can do is select insights, create different specific pieces of information that you want to highlight, that you want to show your audience, and direct their eye to where you can find that evidence. So here we've focused on mortality. We've selected the areas of the sunburst, mechanical thrombectomy, and mortality at 90 days. And we can see, as the audience, that 4 studies reported these elements, and then go ahead and take a look at those insights. So another great way to sort of hone in on that data that you're interested in. Okay, that's a really quick overview of synthesis within nested knowledge. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.